Hi, so this class is going to be a 45-minute slow but strong flow class. So we will be moving really slowly through the range of poses, holding some for a little longer than normal. So take it easy. If you find it's too much, come down, take a child's pose, take a rest, take a break. But I give it a go. It's often quite good to challenge yourself. So if we're holding a plank pose, for instance, if it gets too much for your wrists, just bring your knees down, modify where you need to, have fun, enjoy. And if you like the video, please leave a comment, give me a like, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. You might think, oh, it's going to be super easy. It's actually going to be harder because holding things for longer and moving super slowly. So take it easy, take a rest when you need. Otherwise, let's start off lying down. The best way in the world to start any kind of exercise. And choose how you're going to have your legs. Adjust your hips and shoulders. And just gently tuck your shoulder blades in and down underneath you. Now, in my live class yesterday, somebody said to me, how do you pull your belly button in and up? And I said, it's more metaphorical. So I want you, while you're lying on the floor, to just draw your pelvic floor muscles up and in, squeeze your pelvic floor muscles, and then imagine pulling up past your pubic area and up towards your belly button, like you're drawing all the muscles up. And then gently pulling your belly button in. I mean, it's not actually going to go very far in, but it's just that sense of drawing up and in. And then once you've got your bandha engaged, the goal is to hold it through the rest of the class. So I would say probably at about 50%. So drawing up and in, and doing this when you're lying down, you're quite likely to imprint your lower back a little bit, which is fine. So pulling Mula Bandha, pelvic floor up and in, traveling up towards your belly button, Uddiyana Bandha, engaged. Pull those muscles in. And then I want you to think about the muscles above your hip bones. So slightly out to the side. Can you draw the muscles around your hip bones slightly in, slightly up, and then hold? Relax your shoulders, palms facing up. Keep that core engagement. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And exhale through the nose. Relax the shoulders down. Next, inhale, start to bring the arms slowly up towards the ceiling, fingers facing up. Spread the palms wide, spread the fingers wide. Reach one arm up even higher. Keep lifting, keep lifting, keep lifting. And slowly bring it down. Other arm starts to lift. And just keep lifting as much as you can, but don't let the opposite shoulder lift. Reaching up and slowly lowering it down. Now slowly bring your arms out to a T shape, bringing them nice and wide. And then slowly roll the knees to the left, turn your head to the right. Pause here. Let the knees come down as far as they will. Relax around the right hip. Pull your Uddiyana Bandha up and in. Pull that belly button up. In doing so, your core is going to help lift your legs, knees to the ceiling. Keep the core engagement and slowly lower the knees to the right. Turn head to the left. Pause. Relax around the left hip. Draw belly button up and in. Bring the knees back to center. And lower them to the left again. Head to the right. Inhale to center. And exhale, knees to the right, head to the left. Inhale, coming up to center. And then lifting one leg, lifting the other leg. Bring the knees and the feet together. Knees are over the hips, feet level with the knees. Draw your bandha up and in. Knees go to the left about halfway, head to the right. Don't let the opposite shoulder lift. Inhale, center. Knees to the right, head to the left, halfway hover. Inhale, center. Legs go left, top leg extends, point the toe. Head goes to the right. Bend the knee. Inhale, center. Legs to the right, top leg extends, point the toe. Bend the knee. Inhale, center. This time lowering all the way down to the left. Pausing here, turn your head to the right. Relax the shoulders, relax around the hips. Breathing here. Now draw your bandha up and in, bring the knees to center. And slowly lower all the way to the right, head to the left. Relax around the hips and the shoulders, just sinking down here. Draw that belly button up and in as the knees come back up to center. Release the feet to the mat. Slide the soles together. Let the knees come out to the side. And just let them sink down. Try not to arch your back. Keep pulling belly button up and in, imprinting lower back. And then slowly on your next inhale, start to lift the hands. Fingertips coming up to the ceiling. Exhale, lower them long behind you. Circling them out wide, bringing them down to your hips. Inhaling up and over. And exhaling, circling. One more time. Keep the lower back firmly on the mat as you lower the arms behind you. And then circle the arms around and take hold outside the thighs. Bring the knees up towards each other and extend that left leg up long. Heel up to the ceiling, leg as straight as you can get it. Really nice. Bring your arms down by your side. Extend that leg as straight as you can. And then see if you can just pull the foot over a little bit more towards your face. Now start to draw like you've got a pen on your heel. Little circles on the ceiling with that pen on your heel. Small circles about the size of a like a cake plate or something. Circling one way and pause. Changing direction. Circling the other way. And then pause. Firm up your belly and start to lower the leg out to the side. Don't let the opposite hip lift. Stop the minute the opposite hip starts lifting, holding here. Use your core. Your leg's going to get really heavy here. You can put your right hand on the hip if you like to push that hip down. Try and relax the tops of the shoulders, holding it here. And then slowly with control, bringing that leg back up. Bending the knee, foot to the mat. Other leg lifts up. Flex the foot, straighten the leg. We only really discover how heavy our legs are when we do that. Straightening it as much as possible. Pull the toes down, push the heel up. Should be a really nice calf stretch. And then maybe bringing the leg over your face a fraction more. And then starting to draw those circles with the heel. Little circles going one way. Keep that leg nice and straight. Slowing it down a fraction perhaps. Pause, change direction. Keep that foot really firmly flexed. And then you can bring your left hand to the left hip as a reminder. Push the left hip down and slowly lower that right leg out until your left hip wants to lift. Stop there. Left shoulder firmly on the mat. Use your core. Keep that leg lifted. Squeeze your belly muscles. Our legs are extraordinarily heavy. Really focus on the core supporting the weight. Holding for another couple of breaths. And then super slowly with control, bringing that leg up, bend the knee and hug both knees into the chest. Give them a squeeze and just draw slow circles over the hips, circling slowly one way, just a small roll so that your lower back, your sacrum gets that massage, and then changing direction, slow circles here. And then pause, flex the feet, reach for the outer edges of your feet, lifting feet up to the ceiling, knees to armpit in a happy baby, and just rolling from side to side, massaging here. I always think happy baby is such a great pose, great name, great pose, kind of doing so many things. If you want to deepen your happy baby, you could push your feet against your fingers and pull the feet down with your fingers. So you've got that oppositional force if you want to get your arm muscles more engaged here. And then pausing here. Bring the soles of the feet together. Feed your arms through your legs. Reach for the outer, the back edges of your feet. And then inhaling, lift head and shoulders. Slide your shoulders behind your knees, gazing between your legs, holding it here. And you might want to do a little rock and roll up and down your spine, if that's comfortable. Just holding here, gazing between your legs. And then coming to a still pose. Release your arms, bring your hands behind the thighs, and rock and rolling up and down your spine. And we're going to come straight over onto hands and knees, all fours, tabletop pose. Hands under shoulders, knees over hips. Lower the belly, lift the tailbone, pushing into hands and knees, arching up, chin to chest. Slowly release, pull that belly button up and in as you come to your cow. And pushing up, chin to chest. Inhale, release, gaze is down to the mat. Exhale, arching up. Releasing down, and one more time up to your cat. Tuck your toes, lift your knees. Hovering here, just holding here. Pull the tops of the shoulders away from the ears. Grow your neck a little bit. Just give your head a waggle, see if you can lengthen a tiny bit more in the neck. Just holding here. Feel your core muscles engaging all around your waist, your rib cage, maybe around your back. And then slowly lifting up. Push belly to thighs. Keep the knees soft now. And then extending one leg straight, opposite knee bent. Switching sides, push one heel to the mat. And then alternating one leg at a time. Squeeze the kneecap up as you straighten the leg. And then coming to your still downward facing dog. Have a look at your feet. You might find, mine always do this, my left foot's always slightly in front of the right foot. So if your feet do something similar, just adjust them so they're both, the big toes are kind of even. And then push into the hands, chest to thighs. Now think about your hands. When I was doing my yoga teacher training, the trainer, would always come over and tread on our hands to flatten our fingers. So I'm not going to do that. It's impossible. But I want you to push the pads of your fingers and thumbs into the mat and then try and push all of the knuckles down. And then the pads at the base of your fingers, the base of the thumb, the little finger, the edges of your hands, the whole of your hands and fingers pushing into the mat as you try and get your chest closer to your thighs. Your drishti, your gaze is between your feet or your knees, just holding here. And then soften in the knees. Start to walk your feet up to the front of the mat, coming to fingertips, big toes together, heels apart.
Lengthen in the legs, lift the kneecaps, and then maybe folding forwards, maybe hands coming flat, maybe not yet, in which case bend the knees a fraction to get your hands flat. And start to lift the right heel. Just lift the heel off the mat, and then start to lift the whole foot off the mat, and just bend the knee and see if you can get your heel close to your butt cheek. Just pausing here for a moment, balancing here. And then start to extend that right leg long. Bring the toes to the mat in a long lunge. Sink the hips forward. Coming to fingertips, looking forwards. Pull the tops of the shoulders away from the ears. Straighten that right leg, squeeze that right kneecap. Hold. Breathe. And then bringing the hands flat, stepping back to take your plank. Hands under shoulders, fingers spread wide. Rotate those elbow creases forward. And then maybe dropping the hips a little bit, straightening the legs. Squeeze the kneecaps. Draw the shoulders away from your ears. Pull that belly button up and in. Holding here. And then lower your knees. Shift weight forwards. Clamp your biceps either side of your chest. The elbows sliding back a little bit as the shoulders hinge forward. Forehead, chest and chin to the mat. And then sliding to your baby cobra, point your toes away from you. Bring your hands so the fingers are spread wide here. Squeeze your shoulder blades behind you. Push hips into the mat and just peel your chest off the floor. Holding here, draw the shoulders away from your ears. Your drishti, your gaze is straight down in front of you. Holding here, maybe lifting a fraction higher, if that's comfortable for you. And then tuck your toes, pushing to your knees. Downward facing dog. Give those legs a pedal. And then coming to your still dog. Look at your hands. Are they shoulder width? Are your fingers spread wide? Are you pushing into every part of your fingers, thumbs, and hands? Push that chest to the thighs. Weight stays on the left leg. Right leg slowly lifts up. Three-legged dog. Now, if like me, your left heel is lifted, lower it back down. Draw the right hip down, pull the left hip back. Lift that leg up higher behind you as you push your chest to your thighs. Holding here. And then lifting your head, look forward. Start to shift the weight forward as you bring the foot forward. If it doesn't go on its own, grab behind the heel, move the foot forward. Maybe bring the left knee down to do so. And then lifting that left knee, coming to fingertips, sinking into your lunge. Really stretching out the front of the left thigh, holding here. Now squeeze that left kneecap, push that left heel away. Your drishti, your gaze is straight in front of you. Holding here. And then shifting weight forward, stepping forwards to your fold. Deep forward fold, hands flat on the mat, chin to chest, nose heading towards your knees. As you inhale, slowly bringing your arms out wide. Slowly lifting up, looking up. Pull belly button up and in as the hands slowly come down to heart center. Inhale, arms out and up. Pull that belly up and in as you slowly, slowly, gracefully swan dive, hands either side of the feet. Inhale, halfway lift, pause. Pull the shoulders away from your ears, lengthen the neck, lengthen the legs and arms. And exhale, fold. Lift the left heel. Lift that left foot up, hip, heel to buttock. Pausing here, straighten your right leg. Holding here. And then lunging back with that left foot pause. Left hand under left shoulder as right arm lifts up to a twist. Spread the fingers, spread the palm. Push the heel away from you, lift the kneecap. Reach that arm longer, extending every muscle in your arms. And then squeeze that right shoulder blade behind you. Maybe rotating a little bit here, bringing that arm behind you. A fraction, twisting, hold. And then right hand outside right foot, step back, take your plank, walk the toes in, hands under the shoulders, push the heels away, squeeze the kneecaps, pull the shoulders away from ears. Neck is long, holding here. Close your eyes. Focus on your body, push the heels away a bit more. Tighten the muscles around your ankles, shins and calves. Squeeze those kneecaps up. The fronts of the thighs strong and engaged. The back of the thighs strong and engaged. Squeeze your butt cheeks a bit here. Hold, push into the hands. Lengthen the arms. Rotate those elbow creases forwards. Hold, breathe. And then lower the knees. Chest and chin as you slowly lower. Sliding to your baby cobra, point the toes. Holding here, draw the shoulders back and away from the ears. Push the hips into the mat. Pushing into your hands to your knees, tuck toes. Downward facing dog. And you can pedal the legs out here. And then coming to your still dog, push the heels to the mat, squeeze the kneecaps up, pushing into your hands, getting that beautiful inverted V here. Give your head a nod, a shake. Gaze, your drishti is either between your feet or between your knees. And then just breathe, close your eyes. Keep the pressure on the hands, keep trying to get your chest closer to your thighs. And now let's think about the backs of the shoulders. Draw the shoulder blades in and try and slide them down your back a little bit here. Keep that core engagement as the left leg slowly starts to lift to three-legged dog. Flex the foot. Now lower that right heel, push your chest to your thighs. Draw the left hip down and the right hip back. Holding here. And then looking forward, starting to sweep forwards. If the foot doesn't go the whole way, move it with your hand. Right hand under right shoulder as left arm lifts. Looking for those lovely 6 o'clock arms. You can look up to the hand. Spread the fingers really wide. Spread the palm wide. Now push that right heel away from you. Squeeze the kneecap. Lengthening the arm. And then squeeze that left shoulder blade. Maybe a bit of rotation here. Looking up and over. And breathe. And then left hand outside left foot. Stepping forwards to your fold. And we're going to stay here for a few breaths. Bring the big toes together, heels apart, roughly a clenched fist. Micro bend the knees, just the tiniest bend, and then bring belly and chest onto the thighs and just hang down, arms just dangling. Chin to chest, give your head a little nod, a little shake, holding here. Lift your toes, spread them wide, place them down. Slowly starting to bring your arms out. Slowly bring them behind you and interlace fingers. Squeeze the shoulders together as the arms extend up and maybe coming over behind you. And then you can straighten your legs or keep that micro bend, whatever you want, whatever feels better. And we're going to hold it here. So close your eyes. Focus on your breathing. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, can you fold a little deeper? Deep inhale. As you exhale, can you straighten your arms a little bit more? Deep breath in. As you exhale, can you bring the arms a little bit further over behind you? Just holding it here for a couple more breaths. And then releasing the hands, letting them flop down in front of you. Engage your bandha, chin to chest, as you slowly reverse that swan dive. So much harder doing it slowly. Slowly lifting the arms up, pull that belly button up and in as your hands come to heart center. Close your eyes. Quick body scan. Lift the toes, spread them wide, place them down. Making sure your weight is even on your feet, that you're not too far forward or too far backwards. Pushing down through the feet, lift the kneecaps, the fronts of the thighs. Drawing from your lower back, between your buttocks and up in front of you, firm Uddiyana Bandha, nice and strong. And then think about your spine, lengthening, lifting up, growing, your ears lifting away from the shoulders as you find your beautiful Tadasana mountain pose, strong mountains. This round, keep your eyes closed, slowly releasing your arms down, out and up, lifting the head, but keeping the eyes closed. As you exhale, slowly, slowly swan dive, hands either side of the feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Step the right foot back, step the left foot back. Adjust your feet for your plank. Push the heels away. Draw that belly button up and in, strong core. Shifting onto the top of your big toes or knees, chest, chin. Otherwise, lowering slowly, slowly, slowly in your chaturanga. Maybe a little hover in your chaturanga. And then a really slow reaching up, up dog or cobra. In up dog, your knees are lifted. Draw the tops of the shoulders away from the ears. Push into the hands, strong arms. And then rolling over your toes or via the knees. Downward facing dog, still with your eyes closed. Push your chest to the thighs. On your next inhale, lift that right leg up high, three-legged dog. Starting to shift forwards, maybe moving it between the hands, and then the left foot coming to join it. Find your big toes, bring them together. Folding forwards, deep forward fold. Inhale, slowly reverse that swan dive. Pull that belly button up and in as the arms lift. And hands to heart center. Are your eyes still closed? Inhaling out and up. And exhale, swan diving slowly, gracefully. This time, bring your hands a little bit in front of your feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, bend the knees, take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, jumping back, taking a plank. Keep the eyes closed. Chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Cobra or up dog, hold. Push harder into the hands, get those knees nice and high. And then rolling over the toes or via the knees, downward facing dog. This time, open your eyes as the right leg lifts up high, three-legged dog. Looking forwards, shifting, stepping, coming up, warrior two. Now, check your feet. Have you got that invisible line between your front heel and the center of your back foot? Are your shoulders over your hips? Is your back leg as straight as you can get it? And then bending and straightening. Adjust your feet if you need to come to a deeper lunge. Check your shoulders are still directly over the hips. Arms reach. Reach them more, even more. Feel your biceps, your triceps. Spread the fingers. Spread the palms and gaze towards your right middle finger. Now slide the tops of the shoulders away from the ears. Sink a little deeper. Squeeze your shoulder blades behind your back.
Pull that belly button up and in. Hold. Keep reaching, length into the arms. Then flip that front palm and really slowly coming to your reverse warrior. Do not let that front knee move as you come up and over. The top arm is nice and long. Fingers spread wide. Hold. Breathe. You can look down towards your back foot or up underneath your arm, whichever feels better for you. Engage your bandha as your arms come back. Warrior two. Forearm to thigh as left arm lifts. Look up. Staying here or coming to a block or to the mat or coming to your bind. You choose. Draw that left shoulder back if you're binding. We're going to hold this for about 10 seconds. Keep breathing. Keep pushing into both feet. Holding. Releasing. Coming back via the stages. Back to your warrior two. Straighten your front leg. Slow but strong is hard. Starting to shift forward, we're coming to Trikonasana, triangle. Coming again to your 6 o'clock arms, reaching up, both legs completely straight. And then I want you to think about rotate the left hip and left shoulder back a bit, like you're trying to press against a wall behind you. Holding here, breathing here. And then micro bend the front knee. Bring the left hand to the inside of the right foot. Lift the right heel and right arm. Looking up, trying to keep the legs as straight as you can. Reverse Trikonasana. Breathe. And then bending the front knee. Bringing hands either side of the right foot. Step back and take your plank. Toes are in, heels pushing away. Hold your plank. Squeeze those kneecaps. Draw the shoulders back, lengthen the neck. Your drishti is straight down to the floor underneath you. And then chaturanga, slowly, slowly lowering. Take your time, moving slowly. Inhaling cobra or up dog. And we'll meet in our down dog. If you want to take a quick child's pose here, you can. Otherwise, this is our rest pose. Push into the hands, lifting the hips, lower the heels. 5 deep, even breaths here. Every exhale, draw the heels further down. Every inhale, push harder into the hands. Stretching all those back muscles here. On your next inhale, the left leg's going to slowly lift up, three-legged dog. Looking forward, sweep, step, or move it between your hands. Coming up, warrior two the other way. Find that nice long stride. Again, your invisible line from the heel going back, intersecting your back foot. Toes slightly turned in. Shoulders over hips. Bending and straightening. Finding your deep, deep lunge. Releasing the arms. Turn head and look at the middle finger. Draw the tops of the shoulders down. Reach the arms long, spread the fingers, spread the palms. Reach those arms even longer. Looking for length here. Holding. Maybe sinking a little deeper into the lunge. Breathe. And then turning that front hand. Do not move your front knee. You're just going to swivel the arms up and over, reversing your warrior, dancing warrior. Holding here, looking straight in front of you, up to the hand or down to your back foot. Choose what feels best on your neck. Straighten that back leg, squeeze that kneecap. Pull belly up and in. Slowly coming back. Warrior two. Left arm to thigh. Side angle. Or hand to the mat block or the floor. Or turn the top palm to face backwards, reaching behind you, finding a bind. And then holding here. Draw that right shoulder back. Holding this for about 10 seconds. Breathing through it. Focus. Squeeze that shoulder blade behind you. And then super slowly releasing the bind. Coming through the stages. Back to your warrior two. Straighten the front leg. Oh, that feels really good. Keeping that lunge as hard. And then shifting slowly forwards. Reaching. Trikonasana. 6 o'clock arms here. Then get the legs as straight as you can. Then draw that right shoulder and right hip back. Maybe looking up to the ceiling. Maybe looking straight out in front. Breathing here. And then super slowly bringing that right hand down. Fingers on a block or on the mat. Pivot the right heel off. Lift the left arm as you reverse your Trikonasana. Legs as straight as you can get them. Holding here. Bend the knee. Hands to the mat. Step back. Take your plank. This is our last plank, so we're going to hold this one a little bit longer. Toes are in, heels are out. Hands under shoulders. Rotate elbow creases forward. We're going to hold this for a minute. Push the heels away. Breathe. Pull the shoulders away from the ears. Lengthen the neck. Your drishti, your gaze is straight down to the mat. Pull your belly button up and in. Holding here. We're almost halfway there. Keep breathing, keep pushing the heels away, keep squeezing those kneecaps. Keep pushing into your hands. Keep that neck long. Holding here. Not much longer to go, I promise. Another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the knees. Bring them as wide as the mat. Release yourself down. Wide knee child pose. Give your hands a little pat on the mat. Squeeze your fingers in. And just relax everything. And then lifting your head, bringing yourself up. Bring your bottom to the mat. Get the weight off the wrists. It's hard, I know. And just bring your legs to a nice wide straddle pose. Bring your hands behind you, push into the hands. Get your spine nice and straight, and then flex those feet, pull the toes up and in. Bringing your arms around, coming forward, hands on shins, ankles, or maybe reaching the big toe. Pull on the big toe if you can reach your toes. Just holding here for a moment. And then just give that gentle wiggle from side to side and see if you can start to bring your belly and your chest a little lower. And pause. Pull on the big toes again. And again, a little movement from side to side, maybe coming lower still. And pause. And if you want to come deeper still, just use that side to side motion to just bring yourself down. And then if you want to release your toes, bring your forearms to the mat. Maybe extend them longer. And just lower your chin to your chest. Pausing here, keep flexing those feet. Releasing down. And then lifting your head and your elbows, walk yourself upright. Take hold of your outer thighs, bring the legs together. You've got two choices here. You can either come to a reverse tabletop with bent knees, or you can take a reverse plank. Whichever option you're taking, we are going to hold it for a minute. So you can always alternate between the two, lifting those hips up, squeeze the butt cheeks, point the toes, or lift the hips if you're on reverse tabletop. And we're going to hold. I say a minute. I might not be able to hold it for a minute. Just keep holding here. We're a quarter of the way through. Squeeze those butt cheeks. Keep breathing. You can look straight up to the ceiling. You can close your eyes, maybe. Keep squeezing, keep lifting. We're nearly halfway there, almost halfway there. Keep holding and keep breathing. Hold, point the toes, push into the hands. Nice. Keep strong, stay strong. Got about another 15 seconds left. We can do this. We can do this. Keep going. Keep going. Got another 10 seconds. No, 8 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release it down. Bring the knees wide. Take hold of the feet. Take your cobbler's pose and just give those knees a nice little butterfly flap. And if you want to, you can grip the feet quite firmly and then lengthen in the spine to get an arm stretch here as well. See how that feels. And then releasing. I've worked you hard. Coming about halfway down your mat. T-shape, bring your arms forward, C-shape your back, and a super slow, with control, low down onto your mat. Hug the knees in, give them a squeeze, a little rock from side to side, massaging your back. And then flex the feet, reach for the outer edges, happy baby. Bring those knees deep to your armpits, a little rock from side to side. Massaging the back. And then pause. Bring your knees to your 90-degree bend, T-shape your arms. The legs lower all the way to the right hand on top of the thigh, or take hold of the big toe, extend the leg, turn your head to the left. Relax everything down. Focusing on the breath. Focusing on relaxing. And then releasing the big toe, bringing the knees up and over to the other side. Head to the right, left hand on thigh, or take hold of the big toe, extending that leg long if that's comfortable, or keeping it bent. And close your eyes, relaxing down here. Relax the legs, the hips, the spine, your shoulders. Breathe here. And then releasing the big toe, bending the knees, bring yourself to center. Bring the feet to the mat and extend your legs long, or even logs length. Final relaxation, Shavasana. It's going to be a short one, I'm afraid, because we're going to run out of time. Close your eyes. Relax the legs, the arms, the body, your shoulders, your face. Focus on the breath. Deep, slow, equal length.
And then very slowly turning your head one way, chin to shoulder, to the other side, chin to shoulder. Moving your fingers, your toes, your wrists, your ankles. Slide the legs together, pull the toes in, flex the feet. As you inhale, your arms up and over, interlace fingers, push the palms away. Push the heels away, reach the arms long, feel the stretch down your waist, your rib cage, into your armpits, holding here. And then bending one knee into the chest, the other knee into the chest. Give them a squeeze, roll to one side, and pushing up to your comfortable cross-legged seat pose. Bring your hands to heart center. Bring the hands to the third eye. And namaste. Thank you for joining me.